This right here with the Connecticut Sun was my last season.
I texted her. I said, wait, what is going on? Like, this cannot be real.
I had been going with my gut in the last few years since leaving Atlanta. I was really good with how I ended things with myself and my career.
You know, we were just kind of going through a list of players, and I was like, what about Tiffany Hayes? They're like, she retired. I said, I know, I don't care, call her anyways. I said, we're gonna shoot our shot.
I was definitely all the way out. The thing about me coming back was the first thing I said was like, I'm gonna be good, but it's gonna be me mentally coming back because I was just so far gone. I was like okay with where it was.
I got to end my story how I want to end my story.
Hey, you looking at a champ!
My mom was my coach for my AAU team. Small town, really nothing to do. That's all everybody is talking about is sports back then. One of the parents on the team used to call me the silent assassin. And I would always wonder why, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. Now I understand where you got that from. When you're young, you need that validation, I guess, and that's, for me, that was when I started getting letters from top schools. It made me want to work even harder, because like, okay, now I see that people are noticing what I can do. So that just made me go even harder.
Tiffany Hayes and I have a very special relationship. I played at Connecticut for 5 years. My junior year was Tiffany's freshman year, and I used to call Tiffany spoiled because I don't think Tiffany lost a game until she was a junior in college.
Back then they used to say UCONN was bad for women's basketball at one point, but I'm thinking like, why not make everybody step their game up? Like, we're here, we're putting in the work, we're doing it day in and day out, like I just said, like all of us, and we held ourselves accountable, which was why we were so great, and I was loving it.
Tiffany had to come in from day one as a freshman and contribute. And to see what she did as a freshman with a lot of pressure on her, the whole nation looking at her, and to not even stumble. You couldn't believe a freshman was coming in doing it this well. And without Tiffany Hayes and Caroline Doty, those two freshmen that year, we would not have won. We had Maya Moore, we had Tina Charles, we had Renee Montgomery. But we also had all those pieces the year before. And it was freshmen like Tiffany Hayes that came in and made an impact from the day she stepped on campus.
Welcome to the 2012 WNBA draft.
It was a little weird for me being there and not getting called, but everything happens for a reason. I now know that in my days of learning. The timing, it got me in Atlanta, which I had a very great career there.
When she got drafted to Atlanta, I remember I was so excited because she was complete. She could shoot the three, she can get to the basket, she can rebound, she can push in transition. So I knew we was getting somebody that can play it at all levels of the game. At the time, Atlanta Dream, we were very, very young, and our talent and our will really got us to the championship. But the experience we lacked, and that showed in the finals. Tiffany was so driven because, again, Maya Moore, now she may have had some other UConn teammates on the team, she was the best.
For the second time in 3 years, the Minnesota Lynx are WNBA champions.
So it was very motivating but humbling at the same time.
The Connecticut Sun are getting ready for another run at a championship, and they made a lot of changes in this offseason, bringing in new coaches and new players, including 10-year veteran Tiffany Hayes.
Going there was great. Like I said, I had been going with my gut in the last few years since leaving Atlanta. The year that I had a really good season. So I was happy with that decision, and I was happy with being done after that season with that decision as well.
When I heard that Tiffany retired when she was with Connecticut, I texted her. I said, wait, what is going on? Like, this cannot be real. I felt she was so young in the game. She still could do the things that she did at a high level.
You know, we were just kind of going through a list of players, and I was like, what about Tiffany Hayes? They're like, she retired. I said, I know, I don't care, call her anyways. I said, we're gonna shoot our shot. She actually took our phone call, so that was a good sign.
I was definitely all the way out. The thing about me coming back was the first thing I said was like, I'm gonna be good, but it's gonna be me mentally coming back because I was just so far gone. I was like okay with where it was.
From day one, she's just kind of been like, whatever you need, whatever you want. You know, whether I played her 5 minutes, 25 minutes, she has just shown this willingness to be whatever we need that night. That kind of team person is really valuable. So the fact that she has that approach and she plays with energy and competitiveness every night is something I really respect and also value.
It's good for me and good for the organization, so why wouldn't I do it? Like I'm allowed to change my mind.
Becky Hammond says she's a baller. I want her on my team, and where would they be without her tonight?